August 24th, 1914. Lieutenant Colburn of the Canadian Army Veterinary Corps purchases a bear cub for $20. He names it Winnie, after Winnipeg. Subsequently, the bear travels around with him and his brigade during the war, but in the years following, he donates it to the London Zoo. It is there that a small boy, Christopher Robin, takes a picture with Winnie, inspiring his father, A. Milne, to write a story. Here's Milne on Winnie the Pooh's creation. If you happen to read another book about Christopher Robin, you may remember that he once had a swan. Or the swan had Christopher Robin, I don't know which. And that he used to call this swan Pooh. That was a long time ago, and when we said goodbye, we took the name with us, as we didn't think the swan would want it anymore. Well, when Edward Bear said he would like an exciting name all to himself, Christopher Robin said at once, without stopping to think, that he was Winnie the Pooh. And so he was. So as I have explained the Pooh part, I will now explain the rest of it. You can't be in London for long without going to the zoo. There are some people who begin the zoo at the beginning, called weigh-in, and walk as quickly as they can past every cage until they get to the one called way out. But the nicest people go straight to the animal they love most, and stay there. So when Christopher Robin goes to the zoo, he goes to where the polar bears are, and he whispers something to the third keeper from the left, and the doors are unlocked, and we wander through the dark passages up steep stairs, until at last we come to the special cage, and the cage is opened, and out trots something brown and furry, and with a happy cry of, "Oh, bear!" Christopher Robin rushes into its arms. Now this bear's name is Winnie, which shows what a good name for bears it is. But the funny thing is that we can't remember whether Winnie is called after Pooh or Pooh after Winnie. We did know once, but we have forgotten. Pooh's introduction in Milne's first story would be as delightful as the bear himself would come to be. Here is Edward Bear coming down the stairs, bump, 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 on the back of his head behind Christopher Robin. It is, as far as he knows, the only way of coming downstairs. But sometimes he feels there really is another way, if only he could stop bumping for a moment to think of it. And then he feels that perhaps there isn't. Anyhow, here he is at the bottom, and ready to be introduced to you, Winnie the Pooh. When I first heard his name, I said just as you are going to say, but I thought he was a boy. So did I, said Christopher Robin. Then you can't call him Winnie. I don't. But you said, he's Winnie the Pooh.